You might think reality TV romance is played out. Same recycled drama, same fleeting headlines. But then Chris Hughes and Jojo Siwa came along and turned the whole thing into a spectacle nobody could stop watching. What started as an unexpected spark inside a television house quickly snowballed into one of the most controversial, attention-grabbing love stories of the year. Fans are torn, half swooning, half sounding the alarm. And as the drama unfolds, the question grows louder. Are we watching true love or just another calculated publicity play? The instant spark. When Jojo Siwa entered Celebrity Big Brother, most people assumed it was just another stop on her whirlwind career. Bright costumes, bubbly energy, and a chance to boost her brand with a fresh audience. But tucked away inside that house was Chris Hughes, the former Love Island star who already carried a messy history of breakups, cheating rumors, and online spats. Nobody predicted that the two would click, yet viewers could see it almost instantly. The way Chris gravitated toward Jojo, complimenting her at every chance, leaning into her orbit, it didn't take long before whispers began. By the time the season wrapped, their chemistry wasn't just a subplot, it was the headline. But stepping out of the house didn't cool things down. It poured gasoline on the fire. Family-level bonding. Usually, reality TV couples fade fast once the cameras stop rolling. That wasn't the case here. Instead of retreating into privacy, Jojo and Chris doubled down, cranking up the public milestones almost immediately. Chris was invited to be a groomsman by Jojo's own brother, an unusual but bold move that signaled family-level trust. They went on a full family cruise together, posting grinning selfies from the deck as if to prove this wasn't just a fling. And perhaps the biggest eyebrow raiser? A framed photo of Chris and Jojo now sits proudly in Jojo's family home, positioned in a spot usually reserved for lifelong friends or spouses. That's when fans realized this wasn't just casual dating. These two were intertwining their lives in ways that went far beyond tabloid chatter. But the fairy tale shine didn't last long before cracks started to show. Online scrutiny and clapbacks. For every heart-eyed fan, there were 10 skeptics. The internet has a way of magnifying discomfort, and people weren't shy about calling the relationship creepy. Chris is more than a decade older than Jojo, and while she's 22, her bubbly, youthful persona still makes her seem younger in the eyes of fans. The age gap, the dynamic, the sudden intensity, it all fueled suspicion. But Chris didn't take the criticism lying down. He lashed out at trolls in the comments section, firing off replies that were sharp, biting, sometimes even cruel. "No, Pauline, you're miserable. Piss off kindly," he wrote to one critic. When another accused him of chasing fame, he doubled down. "Mate, sort yourself out." Respectfully, do one. Each clapback set off fresh waves of debate. Was Chris defending Jojo's honor or exposing his temper to the world? Instead of silencing the negativity, his fiery responses seemed to add fuel. And Jojo's fans couldn't help but wonder, if this is how he handles strangers online, how does that energy play out behind closed doors? Behind the smiles, real vulnerability. Just when critics thought they had Chris pegged, a softer side slipped through. During an Instagram livestream, Chris casually complimented Jojo's hairline. On the surface, it was nothing, just another flirty remark. But for Jojo, the words hit deeper than anyone expected. She's been open about how years of bullying took a toll on her confidence, particularly about her appearance. In that moment, the bubbly mask cracked. She got emotional, holding back tears as fans watched in real time. It wasn't staged, it wasn't rehearsed, it was raw. And for once, the internet gave her grace. Supporters flooded the comments, reminding her she was beautiful, resilient, and stronger than her critics. But that moment also raised new questions. Does Chris truly understand Jojo's vulnerabilities, or does he keep accidentally reopening old wounds? Rumors, labels, and identity. Of course, no modern celebrity romance comes without speculation. When Jojo and Chris's PDA posts started multiplying, rumors of pregnancy surfaced almost immediately. Jojo shut them down in the most Jojo way possible, through TikTok. In one viral video, she cheekily listed wild options for what fans thought she was hiding. I'm pregnant. I'm engaged. I'm starting a circus. She laughed it off, debunking the gossip while still keeping fans entertained. But the scrutiny went deeper than baby rumors. Some corners of the LGBTQ+ community turned on Jojo, accusing her of betraying her queer identity by dating a man. Was the romance authentic, or just a PR stunt to rebrand Chris's damaged reputation? Jojo clapped back hard. She reminded everyone she identifies as queer. She's never claimed one label fits all. And her love life doesn't erase her identity. It was bold, unapologetic, and quintessential Jojo. Still, the online noise refused to quiet down. Distance makes. As if the drama wasn't enough, geography added another layer. Chris is based in the UK, Jojo in the US. Long-distance romances are tough on anyone, let alone two celebrities under constant spotlight. Tearful selfies popped up on Instagram when they had to separate, followed by grand reunions that played like movie trailers. A family cruise, surprise visits, coordinated posts. They did everything to convince the world they were solid. But fans weren't blind. The highs looked too polished, the lows too public. Was it genuine emotion, or carefully crafted content designed to keep people talking? Love or strategy? This is the heart of the debate. Supporters point to the family involvement, the vulnerable moments, the public declarations, and say it's obvious. Jojo and Chris are in love. Critics, on the other hand, see the timing, the history, and the pattern. Chris's reputation had been sliding for years. Cheating scandals, public spats, inappropriate comments on live television. Suddenly, he's paired with one of the most marketable young stars in the world, and just like that, his image gets a glossy reset. Every PR analyst knows the power of a well-crafted love story, but every skeptic knows how often those stories are manufactured. So where does this one land? Conclusion. What's clear is that Chris Hughes and Jojo Siwa aren't fading quietly into the background. Every move, every clapback, every photo feels like another episode in a reality show that never ends. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they've mastered the art of living out loud, using both love and controversy to fuel their spotlight. But there's something about this that doesn't sit neatly in one box. Call it instinct, call it experience, but the vibe feels complicated. Jojo may be in love, Chris may be committed, but the line between genuine romance and calculated publicity is thinner than ever. So here's the question. Only time can answer. Are we watching a love story unfolding, or just another PR play dressed up as happily ever after? One thing's for sure, this isn't the last time Jojo and Chris will dominate headlines.